Managing Director of Tiva Windows, Pieter Malherbe. Pieter, appreciate your time. Tell us exactly what we mean about a green economy.
Peter, good morning. Green economy is the drive that's so prevalent in South Africa. If you take recycling, for instance, 5 years ago you didn't recycle. I didn't recycle. Everybody's recycling. The green economy is something that's brand new in South Africa. It's solar, it's water, it's energy efficient windows, which quite frankly nobody knew about 8 years ago when we started.
So what kind of opportunities are available in this kind of industry?
Peter, when we started 8 years ago, we started a business in a sector that didn't exist. We tried to sell windows, energy efficient windows, to people that didn't really know they wanted it. And we started in a global recession. Now,
Hang on a second. What are energy efficient windows?
Energy efficient windows are windows that insulate your house. Okay. So in a nutshell, think pink that goes into your roof. It's think pink for your windows. Okay. And the better you insulate your house, the more energy efficient your house becomes, and the less energy you're going to use to heat it and cool it down. Back onto the green economy.
Sorry.
Yeah,
so if you put something, is it a film that goes on the piece of window, like on a car, like a tint?
Not quite. It's a combination of the actual material that makes the window, and it's an insulating material. It's called UPVC. Aluminium, steel, it obviously conducts heat and cold. This is a synthetic material that the actual window is made of that doesn't transmit heat or cold. So the actual material insulates the window better.
Sorry, you were saying?
Back onto the green economy.
Yes.
The opportunities you asked about, when we started, there wasn't a green economy. Nobody knew about energy efficient windows. Now, all those difficult questions and the difficult things that we had to overcome is things that's available for learners in South Africa. In 2011, the DTI made available 22 billion rand to specifically green industries over the next 5 years. And in 2011, the South African government brought in the first energy efficient regulations with regards to buildings in South Africa. So there's a massive drive, not just from the public, but from government as well, to support these initiatives. So everything we didn't have starting 8 years ago, youth of South Africa has got access to the funds, the opportunities, and a new industry that obviously creates opportunities.
Are new buildings, new construction sites using this new technology to build with?
Absolutely. Traditionally, we think energy efficiency and a sustainable lifestyle, which is essentially what all of this is about. We think it's a middle class issue. And traditionally, that's the thought patterns. We actually just got contracted to supply our energy efficient windows to low-cost housing projects in the Northern Cape, in Northwest Province, and we're actually working on some in Gauteng as well. So we're supplying products to low-cost housing to ease the burden of energy consumption in winter. So it's a sustainable lifestyle for all South Africans, not just the workers, the middle class. If you're living on the breadline and you need to spend 500 Rand or 1,000 Rand to heat your home in winter, it's a lot of money. Disposable income for people living on the breadline is a bigger issue than it is for middle class. For you or me to heat our homes spending 500 or 1,000 Rand is a lot easier than it is for the workers' class to spend that sort of money.
Can you change your current windows if people are wanting to make their house more energy efficient? Is it a matter of knocking out the current windows and putting in new ones?
Absolutely. In Europe, that's where the market...
You change your current windows if people are wanting to make their house more energy efficient? Is it a matter of knocking out the current windows and putting in new ones?
Absolutely. In Europe, that's where the market is. And for a long time, new builds in Europe, it doesn't exist anymore. The market is retrofitting. And we're going towards that. Obviously, it's a bigger investment if you're ripping out something you have already. When you're building new, and in this country, we're building a lot of new houses through all the different levels in our economy. When you're building new, the little bit extra to build energy efficient makes it worth it in the long run. So absolutely you can do it, taking out existing windows. It's just a little bit more expensive than doing it correctly from the start.
Yeah. And cost-wise, is it a lot more expensive to have these windows fitted?
It is more in some instances.
You're saving it on electricity.
Absolutely, but it's not massively more, and that's the thing. We've got various products that can can be supplied into various markets, as we've proven with the low-cost market that we're supplying energy-efficient windows to help the burden on those consumers.
And now, architects, obviously, you're getting buy-in from architects as well as the government to use the product?
Absolutely. The regulations from government has been a massive help since 2011. And architects, it's new. And anything new has always got some resistance. But architects, developers are seeing the benefits in this. And the consumers are driving it. So it's a pull-push effect from consumers and professionals.
Is it a locally manufactured product?
Yes. When we started, like most of the SMEs in South Africa, we started with all the teething problems. We've actually got a local manufacturing plant in Kaya Sands in Gauteng that employs 25 people.
And that's where this glass is produced?
The frames are produced there, the glass are produced locally, and we're in partnerships with a lot of local manufacturers that supply us the glass, but the frames and the mechanisms, the windows are put together in Kaya Sands.
How do people get hold of you? I mean, if people are looking to make their home more energy efficient, how do they get hold of you?
Tiva Windows. tivawindows.co.za.
And they can get all the information there.
Absolutely.
Very interesting. I'm chatting to the managing director of Tiva Windows. It's an interesting concept of how glass is made slightly differently to conserve energy in your house. It may save you in the long run, considering that Eskom is certainly providing a lot of problems, a lot of rolling blackouts in the country at the moment. Peter, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for chatting to us.
Thank you very much.